Today's word of the day for August 30th, 2013. Today's word of the day is presumptuous. It's an adjective, and what it means is excessively forward. Now, a synonym for that word would be assumptive. Now, let's look at how it's used in a sentence. The usage of that word. For an example would be this sentence. You might think it presumptuous of me to offer you relationship advice when we don't barely even know one another. But please hear me out first. Period. Now, we're going to go on to the quote of the day. And this comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this is what he writes to give us some encouragement. It says, every revolution was first thought in one man's mind, and when the same thought occurs to another man, it is the key to starting that new era. Now, this week in history, or I should say this day in history, sorry about that. International Day of the Disappeared, observed by the UN, or the United Nations, for the first time since 2011. So they've been doing this Observation Day from 2011 on forward. Let's explain what that is. It says the International Day of the Disappeared on August 30th, 2011 is an annual commemoration day to draw our attention to the very fate of all the individuals who are imprisoned at places unknown to their relatives and without legal due process. The impulse for this day came from the Latin American Federation of Associations for Relatives of Detained, Disappeared, a non-governmental organization founded in 1981 in Costa Rica. It says, when did the United Nations adopt the Declaration on the Protection, or the very protection of all persons from enforced disappearance? It's a question. Let's look at today's birthday. Not my birthday or your birthday per se, like a normal birthday, but today's birthday in history. That's what I call this section. It's by Jaquez Lewis David. Now, this fine gentleman was born in 1748, which is way before you and I were born. But listen to what he did here. It says, this unchallenged painter of the French Revolution, and then later the official portraitist to Napoleon. This is where David was the virtual art dictator of France for a generation, which is 40 years. His persuasive influence on the European art extended well beyond painting to determine the very course of fashion of that day. Also interior decoration or decor, and even the development of moral philosophy of that day as well. And although he was a talented portraitist, David is best known for his paintings of classical, historical, and mythological themes. What are some of his most famous works, still even to this very day? So join us tomorrow as we go over the word for the day. And I'll see you then. And we'll have other updates today too. Bye for now. This is Michael DeSilvas from DeSilvas' Media Channel, the Freedom Network.